Sakap, Yerrrrrr. Hey man, what's up? As of right now, I want to preface this video by saying it took me a lot to get back in front of the camera. I'm not gonna lie. Truth be told, for a little over a month now, maybe even longer than that, I've been behind several cameras and productions to come. But to be back in front of the camera, it took a lot. And first and foremost, I'm pretty sure this video is probably gonna go to my peoples who care about the vision, who know about the vision. More so fans, more so the audience I'm growing to build. The biggest thought that I've had personally that encouraged me getting right here is to worry about uploading and creating what I want to create rather than creating for the audience to be. There's a lot of pressure that goes into worrying about what people like. A part of that is going to be what the channel is about, because the fruition of the channel is dependent on the people who give into it, and of course I want to feed and love into the people that feed and love into me. But I had these steps backwards. At a certain time, it became about what was popping and what people were into, and kind of finding that certain audience and searching for them. And I realized that, honestly, I want y'all to love me. I want my person, the one that's ever changing, ever growing under Christ, the Christian that I am, to be the person that y'all come for. Kind of like how I do with Corey. If you don't know who that is, Corey at Kenshin, the samurai, you feel me? Corey, I not fell in love. That's a pause moment. I am attracted to Corey as a person. Pause. I am attracted to his character. I'm attracted to Corey Kenshin. And if you know, Corey always says there's a difference between Corey and Corey Kenshin. And I'm attracted to both Corey and Corey Kenshin. If you are someone who likes to read beyond and look beyond what's in front of you, the surface, look beyond the surface, you can tell what kind of person Corey is in comparison to Corey Kenshin when he's in Corey Kenshin. And that attracted me because it felt so real. It felt surreal. And that kind of all circles back to what I want to do. Is I want to upload content that I personally find appealing, that I happen to catch your interest on, that we come to common grounds and we talk. You know what I'm saying? We talk, we chit chat about it, and we keep it going like that. Starting off, of course, there's going to be other deviations of that. I have gaming, I have cooking. Cooking and mukbangs are going to be hand in hand because I'm eating. You hear me? But that epiphany moved me very much so. It moved me. It was a heavy movement. And it shifted my perspective as to how I grow a community. As a creator, growing a community, you first need to reach out to said community, and community needs to respond. So if community don't respond, hey, guess what? You're not building right now, right? There's going to be a point in time where you're going to have to cater your content to focus heavily on those you are catering to after they've catered to you, but you first need to be catered to in order for me to be. And where I'm at right now, and I'm reiterating, of course, is I'm speaking out and saying, hey, I want to be catered to. Here's me, here's Mod. Hey, you trying to tap in Modfia, you feel me? And then let's go to secondary sources. Secondary not meaning that they're second, meaning that they are not the primary, right? That God worked through these people to get to me. There is friends that I have that literally give me prompts to help me mentally release, which I will be doing at the end of this video. It's so such a blessing. I have a constant support system. I have an actual foundation on my back. Yeah, I know who y'all are, and I love y'all to death do us part. Even afterwards, you see what I'm saying? I have a very solid foundation and support system in friendships. And I have been, covering has been prayed over me, and God has been putting covering over me in the form of people. So much covering has been happening with me, to me, in these past months. Kid, when I tell you, it's been unbelievable. I've been covered so well, it challenged my pride. Now, before I dissect that, you may be thinking, Mod, why did it challenge your pride? It challenged my pride because it came in the form of help. And I was always someone who wanted to earn it, to know that I put in work for it and that I deserve it, and mostly because I felt like I was undeserving in every aspect. So much so that I was undeserving of any form of unearned grace. But then, you know what's crazy? God gave me a class that says, your grace that I have for you, I'm preaching right now. You see me. The grace that we have from God, Jesus dying on the cross for us, is unearned and unmerited. And so what God did was he took that fact and replicated it in my life more practically to the practical realms of that, financially, emotionally, and he gave me what I needed and a little sprinkle, you know what I'm saying? Because too much would have been a burden for me. I wouldn't know how to handle it. And one thing that I realized in this moment is that not in this moment, but in this season, is that one, to kind of veer off, is I speak out and realize what's going on as I'm speaking. That's one. Two, dang, my camera crooked. Anyway, three, that he is preparing me, because in this season there's been multiple factors. My pride has been challenged by how he's given me unearned and unmerited grace. I'm talking, he's put covering over me that covered my house for 4 months. My guy, I'm talking at least 2 bands, consistent. Bro, that's $8,000. I'm gonna leave that there. I don't know if I showed y'all. That's a P5 remote. I got a P5. Something more recent. Xbox controller. Xbox One S. Series S. Another blessing. Free. Great condition. Beautiful condition. And I got the Game Pass with Ultimate. I have a beautiful set of covering. And these are wants. You see what I'm saying? And so the fact that I'm able to even graciously go to my wants, for me, it shows the impact because my needs are taken care of. And it wasn't taken care of by me. Quick story time, right? I was let go from my last job. And I was set up. I was set up. I'm not going to get into too much detail as to what it was. If you want a story time, in the comments below, let me know. I'll let you know what happened. But I was set up. And I was taken out. Now, granted, not entirely set up. I was finessing. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was finessing. I wasn't finessing too hard, though. But due to my management, at said time, I was set up. I was definitely set up. Them boys said, hey, man, listen. Last straw, whoop, got my proof, you out of here. And during that transition from being let go there, work wasn't happening. I wasn't finding nothing in time to kind of cover. And so that's when covering began. And when I say that's when covering began, I mean Christ. That's when covering began with him. You see what I'm saying? And during that time, I was covered, and I had a little part-time under a small business. And that experience was like a side character story. And for those who know me, I'm an MC. So for me to go through a side story as an MC, I kind of just think is a waste. But of course, there are things that were gathered from. I felt like my person was tested. And when it comes down to what I'm going to do in real life, you know, IRL, I perform the way I feel like I could have been better and more conscious, but as a person taking in that new experience, I feel like God was put first. I led with love and I led with Christ. You see what I'm saying? That is just kind of how I felt like I moved, and I was very happy in that. And so, coming down to it, we're actually towards the end. Your boy's back with another full-time, prayerfully working at the crib. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you noticed, but the angle a little different.